Welcome students to the YouTube channel of Shri Ramabharati Public School. In this video, today we'll be discussing with merits and demerits of joint stock company. It's a topic from class 11 chapter 2, right? Let's start with it. Merits and demerits of joint stock company. As you can see in the form of table, one side the headings for the merits are written, and on the another side of the table demerits we will discuss. Now the first point under merits. Merits means the advantages. What are the advantages which can be derived in case of company as compared to the other forms of business? So first one is limited liability. Here the liability of the shareholder is limited up to the amount invested in the company, right? Means, in other words, we can say that shareholders are responsible to bear the loss amount up to the amount which is invested by them. So we can say yes, limited liability is there. The point is given under advantages or plus points. Now the second merit is transfer of interest. Transfer of interest means buying and selling of shares or securities is allowed in case of company. The ownership can be changed of securities, right? Freely the interest can be transferred from one party to another by the process of buying and selling of securities in the share market, right? Next one is perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means it's not like that, like sole proprietorship, where only one person is involved. In case of any mishappening, the business will goes to an end. But here in case of company, many members are there, so there will be no effect of the exit and entry on the functioning of the company. Like some members or few members are leaving the organization, the new members will join the organization, but there would be perpetual succession of the company. Next one is growth and expansion. Yes, because the size of the company is large here we are talking about, so it would be easy for the organization to grow and to expand its size because many members are involved in the formation of the company. Next one is efficient management. Efficient management in the sense like professionals are appointed in the company, which is not mainly possible in case of small scale organizations like sole proprietorship or partnership. So in case of company, the professionals are appointed to manage the affairs of the company. So we can say yes, efficient management is there. Now the last merit is large amount of capital. No doubt the capital would be in large amount because many members are there, shareholders are there, those are investing their amount in the company. So as compared to the other form of business organization, here amount which is invested in the company is large. So these are the points for the merits or advantages which can be derived in case of company. Here we are comparing these points with the other forms of business organization. Okay, now moving to the another part of the table, that is demerits. What drawbacks can be there in case of company? Like first one is complexity in the formation. Yes, to form or to start a company is a lengthy process. Many legal formalities need to be fulfilled. So as compared to the other organizations, other businesses, it is difficult to form a company due to involvement of numerous legal formalities. Next to this is lack of secrecy. Yes, like sole proprietorship, the secrecy can't be maintained. Secrecy means the confidentiality. Company management need to disclose its accounts, its profitability status on their website so that common people can see, common people can judge, because they only will invest their amount in the company, especially for the public company if we'll talk about. So the secrecy or confidentiality can't be maintained in case of company. Next to this is impersonal work environment. One point was there as merit of sole proprietorship, that there is personal touch with the customer or with the parties which are involved. But here is a kind of impersonal work environment in case of company, because many parties or stakeholders are involved in the processing or in the functioning. The size of the business is large. So everybody is concerned about his or her task only. Now the next point as demerit is numerous regulations. Yes, this point is same as first one. Complexity is there in the formation due to numerous regulations only. There is one act, Companies Act 1956, under which all the companies need to be registered. So various terms, conditions, rules and regulations are given under this act, and each term and condition need to be followed by the management of the company. So many formalities are there. Next is delay in decisions. Decision making process is slow here because BODs are there, board of directors are there, will take all the decisions in the company. Meetings need to be held time to time, right? Single individual can't take decision here. So with the majority basis, with the opinion of all the members, the decisions can be finalized. So it is time consuming process. Now the last one is conflicts in the interest. There can be dispute or conflict among the members. The reason can be any. It can be on the in the form of return, what would be the dividend rate or what would be the interest rate for the debenture holders, right? In decision making process, dispute can arise. So there can be any of the reason behind the dispute, but yes, conflicts can arise. So these were the points for the demerits of joint stock company, and this is all about advantages and disadvantages of joint stock company. A straight question can be asked in 5 or 6 mark in the examination from this section. Okay, next topic we will discuss in next video very soon. Thank you so much.